Jerusalem Post reports Mandela's grandson. What Palestinians face is far worse form of apartheid. Mandla Mandela will join the global Sumud flotilla. So that's a flotilla trying to break the siege on the Gaza Strip. Nelson Mandela's grandson has said Palestinians' lives under Israeli occupation are worse than anything black South Africans experienced under apartheid, and urged the global community to come to their aid. Mandla Mandela, 51, spoke to Reuters on Wednesday evening at Johannesburg Airport, where he was boarding a flight to Tunisia to join a flotilla aiming to deliver food and humanitarian supplies to the Gaza Strip. Mandela went on to say, many of us have visited the occupied territories in Palestine, have only come back with one conclusion, that the Palestinians are experiencing a far worse form of apartheid than we ever experienced, Mandela said. We believe that the global community has to continue supporting the Palestinians just as they stood side by side with us. So look at that, that's quite amazing. A black South African, and not just any black South African, the grandson of Nelson Mandela, is basically saying that the apartheid the Palestinians face in Israel is worse than that faced by black South Africans in South Africa during that era. That's a big statement. And carrying that name, the Mandela name. Now, when he says it's worse, I think what we can do is analyze the situation and compare it. So, apartheid in South Africa was something horrible. People were treated differently based on their race. There were different beaches, swimming pools based on your race. Education, more money was put into white schools where only white people could attend, compared to that put in schools where black Africans and other minorities such as Indians and mixed race people called coloreds went to. But at least the South African military didn't fire on black South Africans with helicopter gunships, with tanks, with missiles, and so on. And then what else? Israel likes to deny that it's a form of apartheid. But in occupied Palestine, aka Israel, there are separate roads for Jews and separate roads for Palestinians. So only that small minority of Palestinians that hold Israeli citizenship are allowed to use the roads that Jews are